This one so lovely, has this beautiful subject. So pretty, so lovely. Bach doesn't give us too many of these things, does he? Which means each little grouping does something interesting. So let's take a look at what each grouping does. Have you noticed, by the way, how many repetitions are within each grouping? Take a look at measures 1, 2, and 3, right? Then a couple of measures of an episode, then another 3 entries of the subject in the left hand. Then there's a further 3 that are switched between the hands. And then finally, towards the end, there's that marvelous canon where the right hand does stuff, but the left hand has the 3 requisite repetitions of the subject again. So this is all about 3, but it's no longer about wholly anything, at least the way I see it. Let's see what it is about. So here's our subject. Let me play number 1 again. It goes up and it comes down. Well, that's nice. So dynamics are very clear when something goes up and comes down, are they not? Right. Okay, let's take a look at the second entry. It goes up. Okay, it comes down by a tritone, but nevertheless it goes up and comes down. All right, fine. Let's take a look at number 3 now. Goes up. Oh my goodness, what is this? It hasn't gone down. It has gone up. Right? Because doing up and down 3 times would be boring. So this is now our preset. We have 3 repetitions of the subject, out of which the first one goes up and down, the second one goes up and down, the third one goes up, and then, as a giant surprise, goes back up. So once again, dynamics are fairly easy to decide on. I'm guessing the third one's just going to crescendo towards the end, right? Because it wouldn't make sense to diminuendo it at all. Okay, so let's see if that pattern continues when the left hand has the subject. And look at my little cloudy thingies. And if you understand my little pattern over here, yes, the pattern very much continues in the left hand. The first repetition goes up and comes down. The second repetition goes up and comes down. And the third repetition goes up and keeps going up. Okay? So Bach loves doing things 2 times in case we missed the point. And remember, this is aimed at fairly small children. And I don't know about y'all's kids, but mine need kind of endless repetition. But maybe Bach's were smarter than ours and 2 was enough. I don't know. Now let's take a look at what happens the third time all the subjects come in. So as I said, first of all, the interesting thing about it is that the hands are now switching back and forth. We're talking about now measures 9, 10, and 11. So look what's going on in measure number 9 in the right hand. Subject goes up, goes down. Okay, so far so good. The second entry of the subject in the left hand, subject goes up and comes down. So what do we expect the third one to do? We expect it to go up, up, up. Correct? I mean, that's what Bach has kind of preset. Let's see what it actually does do. Well, it goes both up and down. I mean, that's just funny. I'm pretty sure Bach meant for it to be funny. I often feel when I'm teaching Bach that Bach's spirit is like sitting over going like, did you notice? Did you notice? I did something cool. I did something funny. I did something special. Because these are specifically designed to arouse the interest of our students in compositions, in construction, everything. And this is such a simple concept to explain. And then all the drudgery of putting this together, we know how difficult this one is. Suddenly it's a little bit less drudgy and more towards fun. But we're not done with this thing yet, because even more fun is coming. So, as I said, we have our canon now. And let's deal with the left hand first, because the left hand has 3 repetitions of the subject, like it always did. First one goes up, goes down, right? The second one goes up, goes down. The third one, well, that's nice, goes up and goes down. Well, that's wrong, right? Isn't the third one supposed to be doing some funny business? So the funny business is not in the left hand. The funny business is in the right. First of all, the right hand only has 2-ish repetitions, but all the joy and all the gifts are hidden in that. So let's take a look at the first one. What is that? That's again neither up nor down. It just stays the same. Have we had that before? No. This is so fun. This is so not what we would expect. This is so something a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old can understand. I think this is meant to be funny. This is meant to bring on a smile, saying, well, I've now shown it to you in every possible way. But it turns out it hasn't been every possible way quite yet, because there's one more coming after this. Bach just completely dispenses with trying to get up there. He just says, up. The point is up. And in case you missed that, it goes up one final time. It's almost like I see Papa Bach sitting there and sticking his tongue out at us, saying, did you notice how hilarious this is? We treat these as dry finger exercises, and they're nothing of the sort. These things are meant, remember, to encourage children to start looking at music as a composer would, to take it apart, to analyze it in simple ways. And this is just hidden in the little inventions. I think I've done a pretty good job of analyzing the sinfonias as well. In fugues, I'm fairly certain that I'm missing, 90% of everything that's hidden in there. And don't even get me started on the art of fugue, because, well, I think one needs a brain that's not entirely, human.